Imagine this. You're driving down a dark highway, maybe late at night. Or perhaps you're heading out on a weekend trip when suddenly your car feels strange. Maybe it starts pulling to one side, the steering wheel vibrates, or you hear a loud, rhythmic flapping sound. Your palms get sweaty and your heart rate spikes as you realize you have a flat tire and there's no roadside help in sight. It's a scenario no one wants to be in, but it happens to more drivers than you might think. What you do next matters a lot. Handling a flat tire improperly can put you, your passengers, and other drivers at risk. Injuries, further accidents, or being stranded for hours are all real possibilities. But with the right knowledge and a calm approach, you can safely change a tire even in stressful emergency situations and get back on the road with confidence. In this guide, we'll walk you step by step through exactly what to do when a flat tire strikes, equipping you with the information you need to take control, even when help isn't available. First, let's talk about the telltale signs of a flat tire. While you're moving, most drivers will notice a sudden, distinct change in how the car handles. The vehicle may start to pull sharply to one side, making it tough to keep a straight line. You might hear an unmistakable flapping or slapping noise, the sound of the tire deflating as it hits the pavement. Sometimes it can feel like the steering wheel is shaking, vibrating, or just behaving oddly. On newer vehicles, you'll likely see the dashboard tire pressure warning light pop up, your car's way of telling you something's not right. It's crucial in these moments to act quickly, but safely. Don't panic or slam the brakes. Instead, turn on your hazard lights immediately to make yourself visible to other road users. Ease your foot off the accelerator and allow the car to slow down gradually. Resist the instinct to brake hard. It can worsen the situation, especially if you're on a busy road or highway. Begin scanning for a safe spot to pull over. Ideally, a flat, well-lit area far away from moving traffic, curves, or blind spots. The goal is to get as far from the flow of vehicles as possible, keeping yourself and your passengers out of harm's way. Now, before you ever put a foot on the pavement, stop and think about safety. It's the #1 priority. Once you've parked, ensure you're on level ground with a firm surface beneath the tires. And double-check that you're not near any road curves or hidden dips where passing cars might not see you in time. As soon as the car is completely stopped, turn off the engine, apply the parking brake firmly, and put the car in gear, or in park if you're driving an automatic. These actions prevent the car from rolling unexpectedly. If you have a reflective safety vest in your trunk, put it on. It makes you far more visible to passing drivers, especially at night or in low light. Setting up warning triangles or flares, ideally about 100 feet behind your car, adds an extra buffer of safety and alerts others that you're dealing with an emergency. Remember, never attempt to change a tire on the edge of a busy highway, on a hill, or in places where drivers cannot easily see you. Unless there's truly no safer option, your safety always comes first. Before you start the physical work, gather every tool and item you'll need. Your car will typically have a few essentials tucked away in the trunk, under a special panel, or in the side compartments. First is the spare tire. Make sure it's properly inflated and in usable condition. A flat spare won't help anyone. Next, grab your jack, the device that will lift your car off the ground. Don't forget the lug wrench, which is specifically designed to loosen and tighten the wheel nuts. If you have them, wheel wedges or large stones are crucial for preventing the car from rolling while you work. If your emergency kit includes a flashlight, gloves for your hands, a tire pressure gauge, or even your car's user manual for reference, bring those along too. Knowing exactly where these tools are ahead of time can save precious minutes in an emergency. So take a moment to familiarize yourself before you ever need them. With all the tools handy, you're ready to start removing the flat tire. Begin by placing wheel wedges or large stones directly behind or in front of the wheels opposite to the one you're changing. This keeps the car steady and prevents any movement while it's lifted. Using the lug wrench, carefully loosen each lug nut on the flat tire, turning counterclockwise. You don't need to remove them yet. just break the initial resistance. It's always easier to do this while the wheel is still firmly on the ground. Refer to your owner's manual or look for markings on the frame to find the recommended lift point for your jack. Placing it elsewhere can damage your vehicle and be unsafe. Once in position, slowly raise the car until the flat tire is about 6 inches above the ground. Now, remove all the loosened lug nuts completely, keeping them safely in a pocket or bowl so they don't roll away. Gently slide the flat tire off the hub and out of the wheel well. As a good safety precaution, lay the flat tire flat under the car near the jack. That way, if the jack slips or fails, the car will fall onto the old tire rather than the ground. Mounting the spare tire is your next move. Grab the spare, lining up the holes with the lug bolts, and slide it gently onto the hub. Sometimes it takes a little wiggling to get it just right. Once in position, screw each lug nut back on by hand, starting with one, then tightening the nut directly across from it, and continuing in a star-shaped, diagonally opposite pattern. This ensures even pressure, which is crucial for the wheel's fit and your driving safety. Once every nut is on, lower the car slowly using the jack until the tire is resting solidly on the ground. Now, use the lug wrench to fully and firmly tighten each nut. Again, work in that same star pattern, making sure the tire sits snugly and doesn't wobble. It's important to tighten the nuts enough that the wheel is secure, but don't use your whole body's weight to wrench them. Over-tightening can damage the studs or threads. With the spare now mounted, take a moment to double-check everything. Remove the wheel wedges or stones from behind the opposite wheels and carefully gather all your tools, putting them back where they belong. If you used a temporary spare, commonly called a donut, check its air pressure. Most temporary spares are rated for speeds no higher than 50 miles per hour, and only for a distance of about 50 to 70 miles. Treat a donut as a short-term fix. Avoid highways or long-distance routes, and drive slowly and cautiously straight to a repair shop to get your regular tire repaired or replaced. Never treat a spare like a permanent solution. It's there to get you out of a tough spot, not to serve as a long-term replacement. Even with a good step-by-step method, there are some common mistakes that can turn a simple tire change into a dangerous or frustrating ordeal. Never try to loosen your lug nuts after you've already lifted the car. It's much safer and easier to break them free when the tire is still on the ground. Avoid sitting or working under a car that's supported only by a jack. It can slip, and the consequences are severe. Don't use the jack on uneven, sloped, or soft ground. Instability can cause the vehicle to fall or move unexpectedly. Driving on a spare for longer than the recommended limit or at high speeds puts you at serious risk of another blowout, loss of control, or damage to your vehicle. Always check the pressure of your spare before using it. Finally, make sure you tighten each lug nut in the correct pattern to avoid warping the wheel or rotor. Preparation is everything when it comes to being ready for a flat tire emergency. Make a habit of checking your spare tire's air pressure at least once a month. A flat spare is just as useless as a flat regular tire. Take time to locate the lift points and jack it in your specific vehicle. It's a good idea to keep a small emergency kit in your car, including a portable tire inflator, flashlight, and gloves. These items make a big difference, especially at night. If you've never changed a tire before, practice in your driveway or garage when you have time. Familiarity breeds confidence and could save you precious time if an emergency does occur. Finally, while self-sufficiency is empowering, remember there are situations, like extreme weather, poor visibility, or dangerous locations, where it's smarter to call for professional roadside assistance and wait for help in a safe area. To sum up, the most important thing is to stay calm and put safety first. Take a few breaths, then follow each step carefully. Identify the flat, find a safe place to stop, secure your car, gather your tools, and replace the tire with patience and caution. Double-check your work, use the spare only as a temporary solution, and make your way directly to a professional for a full repair. By learning and practicing these steps now, you're far less likely to feel helpless or afraid when a flat tire strikes. If you found this guide helpful, consider saving or bookmarking it. so you'll have it at your fingertips when you need it most. And if you've ever dealt with a flat tire yourself, share your story in the comments below. Your experience might just help another driver. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more real-world car safety tips and guides. Remember, it's always better to learn now than to panic later. Be your own roadside hero.